Welcome to Deploy, DigitalOcean's virtual conference for founders, developers, and builders all over the globe. My name is Carly Brantz, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at DigitalOcean. The DigitalOcean community is filled with enthusiastic and innovative creators, all working hard to develop valuable tools and services for their customers. We like to call them builders because the future of the cloud is in their hands. Each of you builders has similar goals. You want to concentrate less on those manual yet necessary processes that are essential to your business. You want to improve existing workflows that are more flexible and adaptable to your customers' changing needs. Or maybe you just want clear guidance on how certain products and functions work together. The underlying theme of these wants is simplifying your developer experience while keeping complexity to a minimum. This year has demonstrated the strength and importance of builders creating critical applications even during economic uncertainty and global unrest. Software truly has the power to change the world, and those creating that software must be given the tools they need and feel supported by all of us. As today's event goes on, we'll focus on how to support builders by giving them simple yet powerful tools. We'll talk about managing the complexity that naturally arises when developing versatile applications. And our customers will talk about how they prioritize simplicity in their development. You'll also learn from thought leaders and platform experts who will provide practical advice on deploying faster, smarter, and most importantly, easier. Get your hands dirty in our technical deep dive workshops where you'll be exploring DigitalOcean's Kubernetes and managed database services, and connect with fellow attendees during the breaks where we'll host several fun activities in Discord to keep the conversations going. Finally, we'll learn from you, the most important person here. Add your thoughts, comments, and questions to the chat here. And our speakers will answer your questions live at the end of every session. I can't wait to watch all these sessions over the next 2 days. But first, I'm excited to catch up with DigitalOcean's CEO, Yancey Spruill, and hear his thoughts on reducing complexity and prioritizing developer happiness. Hi, Yancey. Are you ready for Deploy?
Absolutely. Really excited. At DigitalOcean, it starts with community. And this is a great opportunity for us to bring together a community of learners, builders, and scalers and talk about how we can help them with simplicity on their journey, whatever their application or end state goals are going to be.
Yeah. And before we dive into these sessions, we want to get your thoughts on complexity. And we wanted to know if you have some updates from DigitalOcean to share with our audience. 2022 was definitely a busy year at DigitalOcean. We launched new products such as serverless. We acquired Cloudways, a leading managed hosting provider. How do these new products and services enable small businesses to grow around the globe?
Well, we'll start with serverless. It's about helping our customers, wherever the stage of their journey, with an application that makes it easier for them to deploy software. So with us, you use the word complexity, we're about simplicity. Small businesses, single entrepreneurs don't need the obstacles that traditional tech solutions have put in the way of them getting their ideas on the internet. So DigitalOcean, we're all about simplicity. Serverless is the next product step in our journey to help the builders of the world, with applications that are tailored for their needs in the stage of their development in building their applications. Cloudways is a different and more comprehensive step. When the typical customer that comes to DigitalOcean, they're looking to build their applications, do it themselves. Mm-hmm. And we make it simple, easy, intuitive. We have great documentation, tutorials, support. Mm-hmm. At the same time, a lot of people, even though they can, they choose not to. They want a more managed experience. The Cloudways acquisitions brings a whole new set of capabilities, similar products with a layer on top that makes it that much easier for people who don't want to do it themselves. and it expands the options for all of our customers who want to build, scale a business in the cloud.
And we've also made some investments for our learner audience through content acquisitions. How does expanding our educational content help builders?
Well, it's core to our mission to simplify the cloud by giving people access to documentation. We don't charge for it. Anybody can get access to it. And what we're doing is we're seeding the future entrepreneurs. We're getting those ideas germinated in their heads by giving them the tools through documentation, to tutorials, to learn how to code, to learn how to do various things in open source. And what that does is it unleashes the idea. It helps them put the puzzle pieces together. And so it's core to our values. It's core to our mission in enabling people to go from early ideas to getting those as learners, getting those ideas onto the internet in the form of an application, the builder phase, and then scaling that in the business to whatever heights that they can make it happen. That's what we're all about, and it starts with our tutorial content.
And you've been mentioning simplicity a lot, and we talk a lot about keeping our products simple. What does simplicity mean to you, and why is it so important?
Well, it's fundamental. In technology for so long, and we all know this in our personal lives, has just been so complex. And what's happening over time is software has become more dominant in the mix of technology solutions versus hardware. It's enabling more configuration, more ease of application development and integration with other software. And that simplicity is what's unleashing so many ideas to get on the internet. The cloud facilitates that with an easy on-ramp. And we're putting that all together at DigitalOcean. So simplicity is foundational. You know, if you're a single entrepreneur trying to get your idea coded and out to the world to see how many customers you can get, you don't need complexity. You don't have a lot of capital. You don't have a lot of time. You don't need those barriers. You want it to be simple, easy, so that your idea is what you're spending your time on and not the background of all the infrastructure. And that's what DigitalOcean's all about.
And today we're going to hear from several of our DigitalOcean customers. I know you spend a ton of time with our customers. How do they inspire you?
Well, what I think is special about what we offer is it's an easy place for people all over the world. You know, we have customers 185 countries. Now with Cloudways, over 700,000 people are chasing a dream of entrepreneurship on our platform. And what's inspiring is there's any idea. It's not, we don't cater to one industry vertical. We don't cater to one part of the world. We cater to human beings who have ideas that want to get them on the internet. And that is what's inspiring for me.
Yeah. And what excites you most about the remainder of 2022 and into 2023 for DigitalOcean?
Well, we obviously have a new product we're announcing here at Deploy with our Kafka service. So more innovation, we're constantly improving our capabilities. And I think we're set up nicely. We're working hard on the integration with Cloudways to make the promise of this broadening of our platform for any SMB, any builder around the world to have a platform to come to in DigitalOcean. So we're working hard on all of that, and it's all going to benefit our customers as we exit this year and have a lot of momentum going into 2023.
Yeah, it sounds like we have a very bright future for supporting the builder community. I'm also really excited about expanding our global presence with our new data center as well. Now we're going to hear from our customer, Crave Cookie, about how they embrace simple flavors and simple software for their fast-growing cookie company.
I have been nicknamed the Cookie Monster. I am the co-owner of Crave Cookie. So I started as a stay-at-home mom. Surprisingly, I was a stay-at-home mom for about 15 years. And I kind of was known for baking, and everybody knew my cookies. And so I had some family that was like, hey, there's these other cookie shops popping up and I think yours are better. You should try selling yours. So I was talking to my brother, like, I'm thinking about opening up a cookie shop. And he's like, that's actually a good idea, which I thought was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm not crazy.
Hi, welcome in. I just responded, no, don't start that with somebody else. If you're just wanting to bake cookies and either deliver them or ship them to somebody, there's way better options for you if you're technical.
So he's like, I'll be in charge of design and web, and you do product. I was like, okay, let's try it.
My job was to build the first version of Crave.
I know baked goods, and he knows tech.
Yeah, so as soon as she was telling me about the cookie company, I just started getting ideas, and I started to really vision what the experience could look like.
The website went live. We were in my mom's kitchen baking out of her oven, and that's how it began. Along the way, I would say, like, it would really be nice if we could group all these orders, if we could send one driver on all these orders on this side of town.
Would go like, which driver gets which orders? How do you cluster them together? How do we scale without scaling? We don't want to just keep hiring more and more people. We don't want to just keep spinning up more servers. It was really just making things more efficient.
We did look for other software, and there wasn't a lot of options out there.
Actually, I was using DigitalOcean when I was first learning to code. Really, the first DigitalOcean product I used was just a small droplet. I think it was just the $5 droplet. And I just built a website with a form on it that wrote everything to a JSON file. DigitalOcean, it's very simple, but it's really good. Like, simple flavors can be really good if you really make it like the right way. When I'm at my peak motivation to build something, I don't want to be met with resistance. Like, she builds her cookies from scratch, and like, I like to build software from scratch. But like, she builds her cookies with love, I build the software with love. And so it might take a little bit longer, but it tastes better, just like the cookies. Like, you can't optimize the experience unless you're actually building it.
You know, I used to be vegan. I couldn't eat the cookies. Yeah, now I'm like the opposite. I'm like 90% cookies.
So I think the next stage really is, how do we build something that is optimized by software? Like, how do you deliver to the largest amount of people?
Now we don't really have to market to this local area that we're kind of confined to at this point. We can now ship to all of the United States.
On DigitalOcean, I know we're spending less than $300 a month on 7 figures of revenue a year. So I'd say stage 1 was like 100% DigitalOcean delivery software. Stage 2 is expanding to storefront, which isn't necessarily the DigitalOcean pieces, but then stage 3 is to national shipping, which is now on the cloud again. And so like, we've kind of leveraging each stage of growth into the next stage.
Our first year, full year with delivery, we were 1.7 million, and that was out of one kitchen. So now we have, 2 or 3 kitchens, so we see that, doubling, tripling this year.
Here you go, thank you.
Thank you.
What a great story. And while we were watching, Yancey and I even got to try some of those delicious cookies.
The great thing about it is it's just one example, and hopefully that inspires many people at Deploy to chase their idea and put it in the cloud on DigitalOcean.
Exactly. I think Sam said it best. When you're at your peak motivation to build something, you don't want to be met with resistance. And our tools really do enable everyone from entrepreneurs to developers to build their next big idea without unnecessary resistance. When we talk about learners, builders, and scalers, what does this mean to you, Yancey?
Well, that word resistance, another way we were talking about it earlier, is complexity. And it's a powerful example of how people want barriers removed so that they can focus their efforts on building an application in our mission to change the world. It's easy to see how Crave cookies has changed in the world, certainly changed in the waistline. And so what it means to me is we have to stay laser focused. And why it's incredible to meet with our customers is you're reminded every customer interaction I've ever had with the power of simplicity, because it really is about enabling them, removing friction, removing barriers, and what that does is unleash ideas. And it's great to hear that in the customer testimonials. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of the themes over the next couple of days, and we're certainly hearing it and enjoying it here with Crave Cookies.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed our chat. Thanks for taking the time to talk to our Deploy audience.
Yes, I'm excited. Let's hope we have a great deploy. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks. We've had a busy year at DigitalOcean, and it's important for us to take a step back and think about how our product innovations and business updates serve our mission to enable builders around the globe. Next, we'll hear from our Chief Product Officer, Gabe Monroy, about how product innovation can help builders grow without complexity. He's also just completed his 1-year anniversary at DigitalOcean.
Thanks, Carly. I'm so excited for this deploy event. My first year at DigitalOcean has been incredibly inspiring. The passion we at DigitalOcean have for serving builders is contagious. It's part of the fabric of this company. And it's also something that motivates me personally. As some of you may know, in my past life, I was a developer and early contributor to the Docker and Kubernetes projects and a 2-time entrepreneur. Having been through the developer journey myself, I've experienced many of your challenges firsthand. This personal lived experience is why I believe in the vast and untapped potential of the next generation of developers, startups, and small businesses, and how they're uniquely positioned to influence the world. I'm fortunate to lead the product teams here at DigitalOcean, and I'm very proud of the innovation we've delivered over the past year. We have one goal above all else: to help you deliver superior experiences for your customers. We've made significant investments in our infrastructure and products to that end. As Yancey mentioned, our state-of-the-art data center in Sydney is now available. You can now start building your applications and digital products in the Sydney data center using droplets, Kubernetes clusters, managed databases, and more. The Sydney data center is purpose-built for the needs of growing startups and SMBs. We have made big investments, including connecting the Sydney data center to DigitalOcean's backbone network that provides you the highest possible performance to Asia, North America, and Europe. The new data center has 400 gigabits per second connectivity to this backbone network, delivered via the lowest latency links available to California and Singapore, and also has 400 gigabits per second of domestic connectivity to local transit providers, including Telstra and Vocus. The data center provides seamless peering with hyperscalers, making it easier for you to adopt a multi-cloud strategy for your business. In the event of a network hiccup, failovers happen quickly and we reroute traffic automatically, minimizing the impact on your customers. In the Sydney data center, you can expect vastly reduced latency, jitter, and packet loss, which will significantly improve the overall experience for your customers in and around Australia and New Zealand. Check out the session from Nick Geyer, our network architect, to learn more about how we built the Sydney data center and the benefits you'll get from these infrastructure investments. We've also made enhancements in our storage products to help you deliver superior experiences to your customers. Most of our block storage volumes are powered by the latest NVMe drives. NVMe takes advantage of parallelism to deliver disk performance and can be an order of magnitude faster than regular solid-state disk drives. Our volume storage has been updated to provide a 50% increase of IOPS and throughput. For Spaces, our object storage product, we have doubled the request per second performance to 500 reads per second and 300 writes per second. There's more innovation. We introduced DigitalOcean Uptime, which helps you monitor latency and availability for your applications and alerts you when your endpoints and assets are slow, down, or vulnerable to SSL attacks. Given how important proactive monitoring is to delivering superior customer experiences, I can think of no better example of how DigitalOcean is making it easier for you to deliver fast, reliable experiences for your customers than our new Uptime product. Next, I want to highlight some new products and features we've introduced to make it easier for you to build and run applications on DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean Functions is a fast, scalable, and cost-effective serverless compute solution. Functions are code blocks that run in response to event-based triggers. You can create functions for a variety of purposes, including serverless APIs for your web apps and mobile apps. DigitalOcean Functions enables developers to focus more on code. It saves costs by eliminating the need to maintain idle servers. Functions scale automatically based on demand, and overall accelerate time to market and increase business value. Since its launch earlier this year, we've already introduced many new features, such as triggered functions that allow you to schedule the execution of a function and longer running functions. On the marketplace front, add-ons are a new type of solution in the DigitalOcean marketplace. With add-ons, you can quickly add new capabilities to your droplets, Kubernetes clusters, apps, or business operations. Unlike one-click apps, which are based on droplets that need to be managed, add-ons are fully managed software as a service solutions. Because there is no infrastructure, SaaS add-ons are extremely fast to set up. This model also gives you easier account management, transparent pricing, better security, and proactive maintenance. We already have many add-ons in the marketplace for use cases like monitoring, security, and logging that complement your existing applications. As part of our mission to simplify cloud computing, we also want to make our platform and products more accessible, especially for developers, startups, and small businesses outside of the US. We've introduced support for new payment options, namely Google Pay and Apple Pay. To make our products accessible to developers on a tight budget, we also introduced a more affordable $4 droplet that is ideal for learning, experimentation, and proof of concepts, enabling a cost-effective graduation path from development to production. Next, I want to highlight some recent enhancements that make it easier to build and run mission-critical apps on our platform. Kubernetes is an incredibly powerful tool, and we see Kubernetes on DigitalOcean growing at 70% year over year. Customers who depend on Kubernetes need a control plane that is always running, so they can always schedule new workloads or perform cluster-level operations. To address this need, we recently introduced a highly available control plane in our managed Kubernetes offering, DigitalOcean Kubernetes. When high availability is enabled, DigitalOcean Kubernetes runs 3 replicas of your control plane to ensure better performance and uptime. We also offer a 99.95% SLA per month to customers using this HA feature. If you experience downtime beyond the service level agreement, we'll credit your DigitalOcean account automatically. This enhancement is critical for customers building growing businesses on DigitalOcean, businesses that are powered by Kubernetes and the cloud-native open source ecosystem. NitroPack is an example of a customer taking advantage of the new, highly available Kubernetes control plane. NitroPack is a website performance platform that helps businesses improve their website speeds through features like caching and image optimization. Being a startup, they had a small team and they wanted to focus more on their application rather than infrastructure. They also needed a solution that can handle a high volume of requests and scale up or down based on the demand. They decided to use DigitalOcean Kubernetes, and this decision has paid big dividends. With DigitalOcean Kubernetes, they're able to rapidly process over 120,000 sites with over 5 million pages. They also use the highly available control plane to get peak performance and reliability. As their business grows, they don't have to worry about their Kubernetes underpinnings. On the managed databases front, we now offer dedicated droplet options for all managed database engines, namely MongoDB, Postgres, MySQL, and Redis. Dedicated droplets are virtual machines with dedicated virtual CPUs. These droplets guarantee access to the full CPU at all times, giving you the performance you need for mission-critical workloads. We also understand that the idea of migrating a database can be daunting. We recently introduced a feature that enables you to migrate your databases with minimal downtime and no additional costs. You can migrate your MySQL, Redis, and Postgres databases from virtually any source to DigitalOcean in just a few clicks. It's easier than ever to take advantage of the benefits of managed databases on DO. We also now support newer releases for many of our new engines. MongoDB version 5, Postgres version 14, Redis version 7. On the application development front, DigitalOcean's app platform now supports rollbacks to a previous deployment, so you can deploy updates with even more confidence. This feature lets you easily recover from accidentally deploying broken code or deploying an app spec that causes failures. We made significant improvements to app platform's build performance too, making it up to 50% faster to deploy using app platform. We also extended support for trusted sources to include our managed MongoDB, enabling you to securely connect your apps built on that platform to all of our managed databases. 2022 brought many new products, enhancements, and capabilities to the DO platform. Stay tuned for upcoming sessions and workshops here at Deploy, and don't forget to connect with our speakers, DigitalOcean experts, and attendees in the Deploy Discord. Back to you, Carly.
That was a great wrap up, Gabe. The potential for the next generation of builders truly is limitless. Time and again, we're seeing barriers broken, allowing different perspectives, cultures, and ideas to flourish. Software's impact on social good becomes more apparent as these hurdles fade away, leading us into an equitable, accessible, and inclusive future for everyone. Now I'd love to introduce Admas Kanyagia, DigitalOcean's VP of Social Impact, as she leads us through the efforts DigitalOcean and our customers have made to further social good worldwide.
Thank you, Carly. I'm thrilled to be here with our DigitalOcean community at Deploy today, and I'm excited to share an update on DO Impact, our global social impact program to empower change makers through our pillars of product, philanthropy, and planet. We officially launched DO Impact in April of this year to help realize our Pledge 1% commitment, where we committed $50 million to social impact causes over the next decade. Since then, our team has been working on ambitious goals, such as getting DigitalOcean's products into the hands of more nonprofits and social enterprises, expanding our employee giving and volunteering programs, and activating the company's philanthropy. On that last point of philanthropy, we are working to make sure that DigitalOcean integrates giving into everything that we do as a company. One of my priorities is to activate the company, its employees, and all of you who are listening to Deploy today to give back to the communities and causes that we care about. At last year's Deploy, we supported the Big Blue Button Foundation with a $25,000 grant, and today we'd like to share several new and expanded commitments. I'm excited to share that DigitalOcean is awarding a total of $300,000 in cash grants to 5 organizations who are working in communities that are important to us, each of them that represents a place where the majority of our employees are concentrated. With our acquisition of Cloudways, we gained a new community of colleagues in Pakistan, many of whom felt the personal toll from the devastating floods and monsoon rains earlier this year. Therefore, DO Impact will support 3 organizations that are working hard to address the damage and rehabilitate communities in Pakistan. They include the Evie Foundation, the Hands Flood Relief Campaign, and the Ankwat Flood Relief Fund. As the location of our company's original headquarters, New York is an incredibly important community for us. As such, DO Impact will support the Bronx Community Foundation's Digital Equity Initiative to expand access to digital resources for families, children, and seniors in the Bronx. And finally, Denver is another community that holds strong ties for DigitalOcean and is a hub for many employees. DO Impact will support the Greenlight Fund, an organization working to address poverty and remove barriers to inclusive prosperity for children and families in Denver. As a result of these and earlier commitments this year, DigitalOcean has committed a total of $1 million in cash grants to support nonprofits and enterprises from around the world this year. We're excited to share our progress towards our Pledge 1% commitment and look forward to even more impact next year. We encourage you to donate to these 5 deserving nonprofits that we've highlighted today if you're so moved. Please find the links in our Social Impact Discord channel. In addition to our philanthropy, we continue to make a deep impact with our products and technology. One of our longest standing social impact programs is Holly's Hub for Good, where we provide DigitalOcean infrastructure credits to builders in the nonprofit and social enterprise sector. We've enrolled more than 2,000 organizations that are focused on addressing poverty, increasing access to technology, protecting the planet, and building a healthier world, all with the help of DigitalOcean's cloud computing products. From supporting nonprofits to hosting websites and content, to providing infrastructure to create impact-driving web applications, our technology reduces complexity so nonprofits can focus less on developing IT infrastructure and more on their world-changing missions. Make sure to join the first session of Deploy on day 2, where 3 nonprofits will speak about their experiences working to scale cloud computing in these uncertain times. One recent Holly's Hub for Good success story that we're so proud to share is with the STEM education nonprofit Unicodemy. They are an organization based in Bolivia that is encouraging girls to become innovators, entrepreneurs, and agents of change through interactive learning opportunities in STEM. Unicodemy's founder, Pamela Gonzalez, recognized that girls in Latin America were being left behind when it came to learning new skills like how to code. And so she set out to help these girls learn in a fun and interactive way. With infrastructure credits and a financial grant provided through Holly's Hub for Good, Unicodemy can host and maintain their technology, an area that is often difficult for nonprofits to get funded. And in September, DigitalOcean joined Unicodemy in La Paz to help young girls set up their very first virtual machines. So now I'd like to turn it over to Pamela, whose organization is a perfect example of how young builders are coming together to address a set of common problems using DigitalOcean's technology. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Pamela. I'm the co-founder of Unicodemy. At Unicodemy, we use storytelling to create workshops and bootcamps for girls aged 8 to 15 in Latin America. At schools, we don't have internet. I think their teachers are also doing this transition from understanding why learning how to code is important. Coding is challenging and exciting at the same time, but we want to make it easy. As a female in the tech industry, I definitely understand that there's not many of us, and I think if we want to change that, we have to start from when they are little. Unicodemy is part of Do Impact program, where we are receiving a grant that's gonna help us optimize all our process and scale the impact. Having our droplets at DigitalOcean helped us because it was very easy to deploy. Since we are a small team, we all have to multitask, and sometimes I have to check the droplets myself. I have to use resources from the marketplace. Because I'm not professional in doing that, I use the tutorials that are available at the website. I would say that if you are starting a project, no matter if it's a nonprofit, a startup, or just a personal project, I think the simplicity that you can get at DigitalOcean, you're not gonna get it somewhere else because you can do it yourself. Investing in kids in Bolivia is gonna help us build a better community and solve our problems using technology. Is gonna make a bigger impact, and it's gonna reach more cities and more people. So I think we all want to live in a better community, right?
From the Central Valleys of California, where Crave Cookie is based, to the lush greenery of Unicodemy's homeland, Bolivia, builders are born worldwide. It all starts with an idea to better ourselves and the community we thrive in. Our mission is to help developers create software that impacts their world and the globe at large. Every day we strive to simplify the developer journey so that you can learn the newest technologies, build a business-critical app, or dabble on a passion project with ease. Whatever it is you're thinking of and wherever you may be on your journey, we are here to be the cloud that brings you closer to realizing your dreams. So sit back, relax, and let's get ready to deploy.